Keep going. No, the other way. I'm sorry. Yeah, keep going. All the way to the helmet. About right there. Come in a little bit. Yeah. My name is Brandon Walker, and I host the Brandon Walker College Football Show with Brandon Walker. Welcome to the show. The number is 888-STOOL22. 888-STOOL22 if you want to call in. This is not the night, but we will do a show anyway because there's a lot going on in the world of sports, but really the only thing in college football that matters today is that we lost a giant of the game, a giant of a man, and in a world where coaches are scared of their own personalities, where they're too corporate, where they're too buttoned up, Mike Leach was a shining star of genuineness. He was legit. He was quick with a joke. He was quick on the microphone. He was one of the best at a press conference there ever was, but more than that, he was an innovator on the football field. Football, not just college football. Football would not look the way it looks today without Mike Leach. And he was truly one of the best characters, not in just college football, but in sports. In sports, he was one of the true last genuine characters that you could always count on for being entertaining, funny, and a hell of a coach. And Mike Leach passed away last night at the age of 61. It's a sad day. It's a bad day for college football. It's a bad day for sports, bad day for everybody. He was Mississippi State's coach, but a lot of people have DM'd me and said, sorry about your coach. I don't view this as a Mississippi State happening. I don't view this as a Mississippi State story. I view this as the day college football lost one of its voices, the day college football lost one of its true characters and shining lights. And for fans of the sport, that's just not very good. So 888-STOOL22 is the number if you want to call and get on the show, and we can talk Mike Leach. We can talk whatever you want to talk about. I will allow you to take this opportunity to say whatever you want to say. Sam Norman says he would have been great in media too. We just recorded Unnecessary Roughness. I actually have an itch. We just recorded Unnecessary Roughness, and I said the one thing we got robbed with Mike Leach was we didn't have the 3 or 4 year stretch where he was on the studio desk, where he was almost like an inside the NBA thing. If we had had him a 3 or 4 year stint in TV, it would have been one of the more entertaining things we've ever had. And I don't know who could replace Mike Leach right now. The interim coach is the defensive coordinator Zach Arnett, who's a rising coach. If I had to guess, I assume he's probably going to eventually get the job as the Mississippi State head coach, and he's been there since Mike Leach got there. I want to read y'all a text, and this just tells you who he was, and just tells you kind of who he was and what he was about. I was talking to one of his coaches today, one of his assistant coaches. I'm not going to name the coach's name. I don't think this betrays his confidence at all. But I was asking him, well, first of all, I was like, sorry for the loss. He said, thank you for the text as one of Mike Leach's assistant coaches. And my eye just legitimately itches. Are the lights bright in here? The timing is not great on this, but thank you for text. I'm sad and mad and all of the above. He blessed me with relationships that will never fail me. An opportunity to work with my mentor, my coach, and my friend. I am grateful for that. But we have one more game to plunder, and we will. It's a pirate's life for me. That is what I got from one of his assistants. The man was a bad motherfucker. A true, great fucking dude. Is it bright in here? I'm having eye trouble today.
Migraine?
Huh? No, I'm not gonna get a migraine. Thank you, Katie, for looking out. I don't think I'm gonna get a migraine. 888-STOOL22. 888-STOOL22. Return of Mullen? I don't think so. I don't think so. I really think it's going to be the defensive coordinator, Zach Arnett, who's a tremendous coach. Tremendous coach. This corner was bright on the yak. Is that what the problem was? Is that why Rome wasn't sitting here?
No, they weren't sitting here because the color, like the camera colors, were all messed up. Like, KB was bright red. And
I do
Nick
think
was
something.
bright white.
I do think something happened. I think it's that light right there. That one right over there by the wall. It is.
It does look bright.
Aggressively bright today. I don't know why. It is like that's a problem.
No, yeah, you're right.
I am. I'm looking dead at it, and it's bothering me. There, oh, that helps. That helped a lot.
Need sunglasses?
Shady Rays, baby.
Not on this show.
Mintz guaranteed a Mullen return. Ben Mintz doesn't know what he's talking about. Ever. Boy, if you thought today was a bad day, wait till I get here tomorrow and I don't have to work with Ben Mintz anymore. Whew. Ooh. Jim Stennett says, didn't Brandon once fire Mike Leach? No, you dumb cunt. I fired him multiple times, and he liked the bit. I would fire him on Twitter when we would have a bad play or an interception. I'd always hire him back. I don't know. Smokey is the greatest mascot of all time, and there's no debate. There's definitely a debate. A fucking dog ain't the best mascot, especially a shitty dog like Smokey. All right, if it's going to be a great dog as the best mascot, it's got to be like Ugga or like an English Bulldog. It's not going to be a goddamn coonhound, blue tick coonhound. It's not going to be a $75 dog you can buy at a flea market in Wren, Mississippi. That's not going to be the fucking best mascot ever. You got to be kidding me with Smokey's the best mascot. First of all, you're not even named the Smokies. You named the Volunteers. So how'd you arrive at a fucking blue tick coonhound in the first place? Best mascot. I mean, Bevo's the best mascot. Ralphie's a great mascot. Mike the Tiger's a great mascot. Smokey's a goddamn dog. Lord. Why was his nickname? Alexander the Great says, Brandon Leach died. Okay, I'm happy that makes you upset. I would like Alexander the Great not to be in this chat. That's just, what are you doing with your life that that's what you want to say? Ralphie is lame. How's a buffalo lame? How would a buffalo possibly be lame? It's a giant cow that runs fast. Thoughts on Diners, Jersey boy? I have never, ever, ever been blown away by a Jersey diner. The closest was the Jefferson Diner. It was pretty good, but I go to the Suburban Diner in Paramus. I go to Tom Sawyer Diner, also in Paramus. I've never been to a diner and be like, oh my God, I got to come back. How did he get the nickname the Pirate? I believe he just loved pirates. And his name was, Swing Your Sword. That's on his book right there. Have you gone to Top's Diner yet? I have not been to Top's Diner. I've never been to Top's Diner at all. When does your Christmas vacation start, B-Walk? Probably the 23rd. I made a decision today, TJ.
Okay.
I got to tell my wife about it when I get home.
Uh-oh.
I think I'm just going to move fully to Chicago and not do half Mississippi, half Chicago.
So
I was just realizing, my new contract in March will be a full year. And we're going to be closer to my next contract than we are my last one. So I got to start making money. I got to start making sure I get the next big bag.
So you're going to move your family to your parents, to your dad's house or whatever?
No, I think we're all going to go to Chicago.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And everybody on the show's going with me.
Everybody.
Stanko, Katie, TJ, you're all going with me. Can't wait. Stanko, you'll live in my garage.
They have those in Chicago?
I've heard. I've never seen one because I haven't spent much time in Chicago. Oh, man. PD says Barstool is ending as he spends his 6 o'clock hour watching a Barstool show. Nobody likes to claim Barstool is ending more than Barstool fans who obsessively rank every bit of content. It's one of the weirder things I've ever seen. Barstool fell off. You've done nothing but tweet about Barstool the last 6 weeks. Every tweet is about Barstool. Heupel to State? No, we don't want that fat dude. Ben E.D. Brandon, I quit my IT job. What is your advice for me? Probably shouldn't have quit. Although IT does sound like I would not want to work in IT. People are stupid. Power rank the best left-handed college quarterback since 2000. All right. Well, the top three is going to be Tebow, Matt Leinart, and Kellen Moore. 2000, I guess Michael Vick played in the year 2000. I'm going to say he's not eligible because that was his last year. So I would say top 5 left-handed quarterbacks. This is a good list. Top 5 left-handed college quarterbacks the last 20 years. Tebow. Last 20 years. Tebow, Moore. Tebow, Leinart, Moore. Tua. Yeah, Tua. Tebow, Leinart, Moore, Tua. Write this down. Tebow, Leinart, Moore. Was Pat White left-handed? Why do I not remember if Pat White was left-handed or not? Tua for sure. Tua's 4. All right, here's your top 5. Colt Brennan was not left-handed, by the way. Manziel was not left-handed. Cam Newton was not left-handed. What are you guys doing? Where's Vince Young? He's a goddamn righty. What are y'all doing? Jared Lorenzen, maybe. I need one more left-handed quarterback to make a top 5. Brunell is like played in the 90s. I need Pat. Hold on. I'm going to need to see a Pat White highlight. Why am I only seeing Pat White running the ball? I cannot see in my memory. I cannot see Pat White throwing the ball. I cannot see. And if I do see him throwing the ball, I see him throwing it right-handed. Excuse me. You guys just got to chill right now for a second as I watch Pat White highlight. It's a great question, by the way, that got my mind off of whatever. See, there you go. It's not Tyler Palco. Just need to see Pat White throw the ball one time, and then we'll feel good about ourselves. Okay, all right. Well, he's running the ball. Okay, again, he's running the ball. Okay, he's running the ball. Okay, on that one, he's running the ball. He's rolling out. Pat White's number 5. All right, here's your top. I'm just going to tweet it right now. Top 5 lefty college quarterbacks of the last 20 years. Last 20 years. 1, Tim Tebow. Okay. 1, Tim Tebow. 2, Matt Leinart. 3, not Matt Leonard. Come on, asshole. Matt Leinart. 3. Who? Kellen Moore? No, I'm going Pat White at 3. 3, Pat White. 4, Kellen Moore. And 5, Tua Tagovailoa. Call 888 Stool 22 to agree or disagree. Cunt bag. How come my phone doesn't know Stool 22 by now? Not Stoop 22. Top 5 lefty quarterbacks the last 20 years. Number 1, Tim Tebow. Number 2, Matt Leinart. Number 3, Pat White. Number 4, Kellen Moore. Number 5, Tua Tagovailoa. Are we good with that? How is Vic not in your top 5? Peasy, you dumb, illiterate bastard, because he didn't play in the last 20 years, you stupid idiot. No, Vic, he doesn't know ball. You guys are dumb. Last 20 years stops in 2002. Michael Vick played for the goddamn Atlanta Falcons then. Do not watch my show if you're not smart. You can only watch my show if you're smart. Good Lord, you guys are fucking idiots. Can we get Ben Mintz to have a college football show so these motherfuckers can go there?
I've heard rumors.
I hope so. There's going to be a morning show, apparently? A morning show?
The guy wakes up at...
I was going to say, we're going to have a morning show at 1:30 in the afternoon. Top 5 lefty quarterbacks. Done. 2001, 2015 Vic career. College football. This is a college football show. Truth. Idiots. Brandon, who would you say are some of the great characters currently now that Mike Leach has passed? Well, Spurrier, although he's not in football right now. You can count on one hand the amount of true, genuine characters there are in college football, right? So many coaches are just by the book and buttoned up and scared of their own shadow. They don't really talk the way Spurrier and Mike Leach did. So I don't know how many you would have. Does Fickle make Wisconsin a top 3 Big Ten school? No, I don't think he jumps Penn State, but I think he solidifies their spot as number 4 Big Ten school. Lord Jesus. This last 20 years is going to trip some people up because they're just going to want to go Mike Vick. Brandon, can I call the show? Yes, Holt. I might make fun of you for being named Holt. All right. I assume a lot of you will want to talk about Mike Leach, and that's fine. Have you started looking for a house in Chicago? I'm waiting to get to January to start looking. DD Charger says, what made you start hating on Stetson Bennett? Shut up, you baby back bitch. And secondly, I didn't ever hate it on Stetson Bennett. I simply said the truth. They shouldn't have made the Heisman ceremony. The fact that Georgia fans take that as hate shows that no matter how many championships you win or how good you are, college football still makes you a whiny little bitch. That's you. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Ben in Maryland, go ahead. Ben in Maryland, go ahead. All right, Ben, you fucked it up for everybody. Now you just sit there not saying anything. Way to go, Ben. Way to fucking go. Lord. Marcus in Calgary, go ahead.
Hey, Brandon. Tough day. I'm a Cougs fan. Usually don't call on your program. I just like to listen. But a day like today, I just wanted to say my appreciation for what Coach did for the program. I was just getting into college football when he got hired about 2 seasons in, and it was the perfect hire. It was the perfect guy for that program, and just the job he did. I mean, in 8 seasons, turning around like an absolute joke of a team into 6 out of 8 bowl games, an Alamo Bowl, an 11-win season. It was just an incredible job. And then just learning as like a guy who played football his whole life and getting into coaching, just the way he simplified the game. Like he's just like, you need 5 good plays at a younger level. Why do you have a 100-page playbook? And I'm just at a loss, but I just had to call and commiserate because not a ton of college football fans that I know. But yeah, I just wanted to call and commiserate a little bit and just be very thankful that he coached for a team that I cheered for.
Yeah, I agree. As somebody who got to watch him coach my team for three years, it was awesome. I got to interview him. I got to meet him, share some time with him, and he was special and he was awesome. One of the hallmarks of Mike Leach is he left Washington State to go to Mississippi State 3 years ago. And college football fans are so obsessed with their teams and so sensitive that when a coach leaves, he's usually dead to you. He's usually awful. He's usually a terrible person. You usually turn on him. You cannot find a Washington State fan that will say anything bad about Mike Leach. You can't do it. You cannot do it. They all appreciate what he did up there. Do you call it the Palouse or just Palouse? I don't know how you say it. But anyway, they appreciate what he did up there. And it's great. 888-STOOL-22. Tim in Tennessee, go ahead, but you have a short leash.
Hey, brother. You can call Josh Heupel fat, but you saying that you would not want...
Oh, my God. On a day that Mike Leach passed away, this hillbilly-ass Dolly Parton worshiping motherfucker calls and gets his feelings hurt because I said an offhanded remark about Josh Heupel being fat. Good Lord. Hey, man. Hey, man. And guess what, Tennessee fans? I know what's coming for your school, and I know you're losing a lot of players, and I know you're going to go like 6-6 next year, and you guys are going to want to fire him. So just remind me of this in 12 months. Jacob and Boca, go ahead.
Hey, Brandon. Not to harp on Mike Leach too much. I know you've been talking about him probably all day, but RIP to a true legend. But maybe to switch subjects a little bit. Hold on, I'm getting a fucking spam call. One sec.
I don't have time to hold on for you. What? Ignore the goddamn call. Good Lord. Alex in West Point, go ahead. Alex in God's country, West Point, go ahead.
Hey, Brandon, how's it going? I'm sorry about that. You broke up on me a little bit. I didn't know who you said. Anyways, hey, man, dude, it just sucks over here. Living over here in Starkville right now because it's so sad right now, man. And I just hope we can just move on. And I really hate that everything about Mike Leach, man. He was a good guy. I met him a couple of times. Just a really awesome guy. He would walk around town. He would do his thing. You'd see him at bars, see him at restaurants, see him in the grocery store. Just a very nice guy. And he would take pictures and spend all day. He was just a really good guy. Anyways, going to miss him. That being said, who do you think we're going to have to replace him? You think we should just go Zach Arnett and just move on into the season?
Yeah, I think it'll be Zach Arnett. I think Zach Arnett will be the interim and then probably get the interim tag taken away after the bowl game. Zach Arnett's a defensive coordinator. And one of the dirty secrets that nobody really knows about Mississippi State is the last 3 years, Leach is a great coach, but it was whenever we lose a game, it was usually the offense that struggled against SEC defenses. The defense has been incredible for 3 years under Zach Arnett. So I think he's going to get a chance. He's a fast-rising coach, and he'll probably be our next head coach. Thank you very much. Hank in Montana, go ahead.
Hey, Brandon. Hope you're doing well. I'm from Pullman, Washington. Big Wazoo fan. And before Mike Leach came in, Wazoo football was fucking horrible. So he kind of showed me, what it's like to cheer for a good football team. And his passing certainly impacted me. The only comparable thing I can think of is maybe Kobe Bryant in my life. So my question for you was kind of like what sports figure has had, the most impact on you after their passing. Thanks. I'll shut up.
Yeah. No, this one's up there. Kobe was way up there. What a great question. Kobe's interesting. Kobe's passing. I never was a fan of Kobe, and I never got into Kobe, and I didn't like Kobe when he was alive. When he died, it made me mature real fast. Like, oh, what were you doing? Like you don't know this guy. What was wrong with you? And I saw him as a father. He died with his little girl. Saw him as a father, and then that helped me realize, oh, these are humans. Maybe you shouldn't be a dipshit. But yeah, 888-STOOL-22. 888-STOOL-22. When Ali died, it was tough. I mean, Ali was dead for 10 years before he died. trying to think. I don't really know. I don't know. Whatever. Ben in Omaha, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Brendan? How you doing?
Good.
My question is, I'm an Iowa Hawkeye fan. Do you think Cade McNamara has the talent to come and absolutely change their pathetic offense? Or do you think we have to take a lot more steps and just put our quarterback?
Well, quarterback's the first major step. It's the first sign that Iowa says there's a problem. Last year they were terrible, and they rolled with Spencer Petras again. That was a bad sign. Now at least they've changed the quarterback. But in honesty, until Brian Ferentz is not calling your plays or calling your offense, I don't think it's going to change very much. Once you make that step, I think you can begin to build the future of Iowa Hawkeye football.
Awesome. Sounds good, man. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to check on the lefty tweet. See if the lefty tweet's doing anything. Dun, 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 dun. I'm just here so I don't get fined, for being honest. I feel like it was like that yesterday. Everybody says David Green. No. Tua, is it worse third on this? No. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. David Green, no. Michael Vick, whatever. Kellen Moore, arguably number one. Is that Kellen Moore's nutsack? What? Lamar Jackson, do you think black equals left-handed? Good Lord. TJ, how are you doing?
Pretty good. I can't believe it's only Tuesday. I think my mom's going to make brownies next week.
Okay. I don't need brownies.
What do you want?
Brisket.
No. No.
Pigs in a blanket.
Can you choose a dessert?
I bet your mom makes good pigs in a blanket. You know why?
Rarely, but yeah.
Everybody's mom makes good pigs in a blanket.
Yeah.
Because you can't fuck up pigs in a blanket. Pigs in a blanket is a goated food. It's simple, but it's never bad. You have never picked up a pig in a blanket and been like, that wasn't good. Ever in your life. Can't do it. Can't do it. Cannot do it. Love pigs in a blanket. I don't know. Drew in Tennessee, go ahead.
Hey, Brandon, long-time listener, first-time caller. Hate to hear about Coach. I'm from Tennessee, but I'm not one of those pussy Tennessee fans that get their panties in a wad all the time. And I appreciate your shows and podcasts. But who's going to get more playing time next year? Arch at Texas or Nico at Tennessee, and why? Have a good one.
Well, I assume Nico at Tennessee because the investment is big, and I'm sure the investment at Arch is big too. But Arch and Texas have their starting quarterback already, Quinn Ewers. Now, Tennessee has Joe Milton, but he's just a guy. He's just holding a spot. I would assume he'll start 2 or 3 games, and Nico probably takes over. So Nico has a chance to be the starter by the end of next year. Arch does not have a chance to be the starter by the end of next year, barring injury. So if the answer is Nico, that's pretty easy too. Plus, I think Heupel's system. I think he'll be able to get something out of Nico quickly. Ewers is starting for now. No, Ewers will start all next year. Ewers is a perfect security blanket for Arch. Arch can come in, redshirt next year, and have 4 years to play. You don't have to hurry Arch. You don't have to say, Arch has to be good this year. Ewers can start next year, have that year, and then you give the program to Arch. It's a perfect succession plan there for Texas. Zach in Philly, go ahead.
Hey, Brandon. Not very often praying these days, but sending out some prayers to state and state fans today.
Sure.
Got a light question for you. So there's been a lot of college coach fits over the years that get a lot of attention, whether it's Malzahn and his sweater vest, or, Harbaugh and his khakis. Question is, what are some of your favorite coaching styles out there? And if you were a college coach, what would your style be?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have one of our finest questions that has ever been asked. This is a fine question. Man, what would I do if I almost think who has their own style right now in college football? That's a great question. Who has their own style in college football right now? Because Dabo just dresses like he's going to play 18 at the local country club that he can't afford to be a member of.
Harbaugh.
Yeah, he said Harbaugh, though. Harbaugh and khakis. See, like Ryan Day just looks like a Just for Men ad.
Even Deion wears the mirror sunglasses. I mean, he's got style coming out of that.
Yeah, but Deion could cut a hole in a towel and wear it, and it would look cool. Deion just makes everything look cool. So he's almost cheating. This is a phenomenal question. I'm going to have to work on this. I'm going to have to marinate on this. I'm going to have to use the chat here. Minnesota's coach, PJ Fleck, wears a tie. I don't like a tie on the sidelines. I don't like a suit on the sidelines. I don't like guys that look like they're going to teach a class on the sidelines. Like Tressel, I hated, and I don't like Fleck. I don't like a guy. I like a guy to look like if two of his players got hurt, he could run in the game and play at any moment. That's the kind of guy I like. Also, have we ever talked? Brandon, trolling your stick aside, is there any side of you that is going to miss Ben Mintz? You guys do have a great rapport when talking sports. I will absolutely not miss Ben Mintz, and this is a great day in my life. We never talk about Ryan Day enough. Ryan Day is probably a good coach. Ryan Day was born on third, all that stuff. But what I want to talk about isn't his coaching. It isn't losing to Michigan. It isn't making the playoff. Ryan, your beard looks ridiculous. And I understand looking at me, look at all the gray in my beard, but gray happens, man. You look like you woke up in a bed of Pennzoil. Like you're not natural. You gotta let it go, man. You gotta let it go. You gotta let those grays sing. You ain't that young. Look at that. No, I ain't looking good either. But I'm not the coach of Ohio State. Do some salt and pepper, man. Because the pepper and pepper, it's not working. You look fake. You look phony. You look like a Macho Man Randy Savage impersonator that put on 30 pounds. It's not good. Ryan, embrace the gray. Embrace it. Lose the hair dye. Kendall in Wyoming, go ahead.
Hey, Brandon. Long-time listener, first-time caller. I have a question. How long do you think Deion stays at Colorado?
I could see Deion making a good run at Colorado. He's not spring chicken anyway. But I could see Deion saying, "Oh, they were the first Power 5 team that gave me my opportunity, so I'm going to ride it out with them." I could see him going 10 years with them because the teams that would get him out of there, like Florida State, I just don't know if he'll ever forgive Florida State. I don't know if they'll ever forgive him. So I don't see that being an option. So I think he could make a run at Colorado.
Do you think he can actually compete with the big boys, or is he just more of a recruiter than a coach?
Well, he definitely has proven the recruiter thing, so he'll have to prove the coach thing at this level next. But do I think he'll be able to compete in the Pac-12? Yeah, because if you can win the Pac-12 at Utah, as Whittingham does, it can be won at Colorado, and that is a program that has shown they have the investment and resources to be good before. They won a national title in the 90s. They were one of the most important teams of my childhood. They can win, and they've won before, and all he has to do is get players. Today's game isn't about X's and O's. It's not about offense, defense. It's about players. And if he can get 65 badasses, he's going to compete at a very high level. Thank you. Why? What's happening tonight? I have gotten a call from are these jokes? I've gotten a call from Montana, Wyoming, and now South Dakota. Back to back. Are these all? Is that an actual? I gotta look. Hold on. Let's see if this area code's actually South Dakota. I feel like there's an elaborate ruse out there. This area code's if it's South Dakota. Area code. Okay. North American area code blank 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 is the telephone area code serving the entire state of South Dakota. I'll be goddamn. I will be goddamn. Alan in South Dakota.
Brandon, what's up, man?
How you doing? Where are my Great Plains listeners at?
Doing good. I'm guessing you're getting a bunch of true Midwest calls because there's a massive blizzard happening, so there's nothing else to do.
Is that what's happening? I've gotten Montana, Wyoming, and now South Dakota, and I think Iowa. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of those.
I got 30 inches of snow so far.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. Is that good or bad?
I don't like it, but, I mean, it's good. Some people think it's good. Neither here nor there. I'm looking at your list of your left-handed quarterbacks, and Tebow I agree with, Leinart I agree with. I want to know how you think Pat White is better than Kellen Moore in college.
I think Kellen Moore, and I'm fine if you're going to disagree, and I'm fine with that. These discussions are for disagreement. I think Kellen Moore is just a tad overrated. I think Kellen Moore and Boise State recruited at a high level and had great players across that team and were able to play a schedule and kind of hide away from the big boys enough to look like a top 5 team on a year-in, year-out basis without ever having to really prove it. A lot like Gonzaga sometimes did it in basketball. But Kellen Moore, to me, with the way he threw the ball, he threw it with great touch, but he didn't have that huge, strong arm. He floated the ball a lot. I think in a Power 5 conference, he would have gotten exposed, and I think Pat White was an electric machine that was built to play entertaining football. Now, you're absolutely picking nits here when you say 3 and 4. I'm telling you, there's been, hundreds of quarterbacks since 2000, and these are my number 3 and number 4. So, obviously, I respect Kellen Moore. I just think Pat White's a little better.
Oh, I mean, it's fair. I just looked at the list. I agreed with it. 1 and 2, I think, are pretty easy. I think Kellen Moore lost 3 games in college, threw double touchdowns roughly. I understand White runs it better and played in the tougher conference, but to say like the arm strength is a huge thing. I mean, neither one were particularly good in the pros either. So, I mean, I would say from a throwing trait, they might be more similar than you'd give them credit with White running the ball better. I don't know, 50 and 3 in college with 140 touchdowns, pretty solid numbers. You know, that was kind of my thing. Not a huge disagreement. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm splitting hairs. That's just the one I disagreed with is all.
When a quarterback's main topic or main point is his wins, that's what really matters in football, and that's fine. But for these arguments, I just don't care about a quarterback's wins. Like Stetson Bennett leads the country in wins the last year and a half or last 2 years, and I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback in the country. But his team's great.
He might not be top 10 in the conference, to be honest.
Yeah. Like I don't think he's all that good. So I don't really care about wins as a quarterback stat. I know everybody says, "Oh, wins, championships." To me, that doesn't matter to me at all. That's just me, though. Shout out to my Midwest folks in a blizzard. Kevin in Illinois, go ahead.
Yo, so Brandon, I called yesterday and all the Hall of Fame shit, and you took me out of it, which I don't really care. But you said I never called him before, and I think I can answer a question. I can tell you what state Bubs was originally from.
Okay, what was it?
Tennessee.
Well, that's true. He was originally from Tennessee, so that means you've watched the show. It doesn't mean you've called before.
Yeah, I know. That's why I say that, and I say there's on the Brandon Walker College Football Twitter from May 6th. I'm on it.
All right, so I gotta go to the Hall of Fame committee real quick.
You're calling out my credibility.
Kevin, hold on. I'm an idiot. I'm gonna go to the Hall of Fame committee, and I'm gonna look at the Hall of Fame committee of the Brandon Walker Show, and I'm gonna say thumbs up or thumbs down for Kevin from Illinois. Oh, Kevin.
Don't be the MLB Baseball Hall of Fame on me.
Kevin, I just got 3 thumbs down.
3 thumbs down, huh?
They don't remember you.
I know the name, but just because you've been around doesn't mean you're necessarily in the Hall of Fame.
Fine, I want like my own classification as an OG, though.
That's fine. Whatever.
We're gonna have to do research on this. I just don't. I don't remember. Am I crazy? I do not remember Kevin from Illinois.
He's definitely been in. This is not. There's a reason you don't maybe remember the name.
I got a thumbs up from the chat. Evan West has been saying the dumbest shit in here. Evan West sucks his own mom's dick. CPM47. Brandon hated Mike Leach until this year when they spoke. Now he's pretending he was his biggest supporter. I would love you to prove that I hated Mike Leach. And what makes you think that, I'll never know. I would love to. I'd love for you to present your homework to the crowd on that one. Give me some more calls. Jacob in Boca, go ahead.
Hey, Brandon. Thanks for hanging up on me earlier. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
But I wanted to talk about, transfer portal. I want to say I am in favor of NIL and transfer portal and guys transferring. They want a better opportunity and stuff like that. But when does some sort of regulation come into place of guys not jumping ship after being on campus for 7 months and transferring out, even less in some instances? Where does it end?
I don't think it should.
Portal.
I think it's an open, free market. If you wanted to go take a job, you could go take a job. Now, if it's a mistake, you can go take another job, or you just screw yourself. It's a free market. These guys are going to have to live with their decisions. If they make a bad decision, live with it. But whatever, you can just. I think it's a free market. It should stay free, and there shouldn't be any restrictions. I gotta. Hold on. There's a guy named Driscoll in the chat. Something Driscoll, and he just said the words. He said, Christmas Vacation is the best Christmas movie, and that is correct. That is very correct, and there's no chance I can find it there. That is very correct. But he also said Home Alone is not a Christmas movie. How would Home Alone not be a Christmas movie? Tell me how a Home Alone is not a Christmas movie. What would stop Home Alone from being a Christmas movie? Tell me that. Driscoll? Well, whatever Driscoll's name was. And stop saying Die Hard's a Christmas movie. I don't do that stupid internet shit. How would Home Alone not be a Christmas movie? Where did Driscoll go? He just dropped that bomb and he left? The whole thing is how? Tyler Driscoll, Home Alone is just filmed in the winter just like Die Hard. They leave. They're leaving home because they're taking a trip for Christmas. There's Christmas tree. It's about Christmas. It's about being alone on Christmas. I don't know that Tyler can be here anymore. I don't know that Tyler can be here. I don't know if I can let Tyler be here anymore. CPM4, he hated the hire and thought his personality was fake. Look up Pick Central when Mike Leach was fired. Okay, sure. You find that clip for me, and we'll play it. John in Maryland. Go ahead, John.
Hey, Brandon. First, just want to say big fan of the show. I've been listening since the back in the days when it was Casey, EB, and Johnny Manziel comeback season. Love Unnecessary Roughness. I was hiding out from my wife and my kid in the bathroom, pretending I was taking a dump. I saw your tweet, and I wanted to ask you, for your criteria for the top 5 lefties, did you consider just stats, or was it all awesomeness, or
I think it was
the 2000. What's that?
It was mostly awesomeness. I didn't really consider stats as much as I just consider pure awesomeness.
Because I have my NCAA 09. It's got Matt Ryan on the cover. So I guess my other question would be, would you swap someone in your top 5 out for Matt Ryan, and who would that be?
Well, you would need to make Matt Ryan left-handed for this to be a thing.
Isn't he a lefty?
No.
Oh, I could have sworn Matt Ryan was lefty.
It's a joke. Are you joking me?
No, I'm serious. Matt Ryan's lefty.
When did Matt Ryan become lefty?
I thought he was always lefty. I'm looking at the cover. I swear it's in his left hand, unless I'm like visually dyslexic with hands or something.
Are you having a stroke?
No, I'm good. I'm telling you, I swear he's left-handed.
Do me a favor.
Oh, never mind. You know what? I'm looking at the case backwards. All right, other question is, what about Matt Lorenzen? Hefty lefty.
You mean Jared Lorenzen?
What's that?
Nothing. But you couldn't have been looking at the case backwards, because he would still look right-handed.
Could have been looking at it in the mirror.
So for that call, what he did was he got all his NCAA cases, held them up to the mirror, but then wouldn't he have thought all of them were left-handed?
Yeah, but how many quarterbacks were on the cover of NCAA?
Well, hold on. Let's go. Vince Young was on the cover. Reggie Bush was on the cover. All right, so Pat White was on the cover. Tebow was on the cover. Okay. RG3 was on the cover. Denard Robinson was on the cover. Carson Palmer was on the cover. I don't remember. Oh, Larry Fitzgerald was on the cover. Bush was 06. Yeah, Vince Young was 07. Fitzgerald was 05. Carson Palmer was who was on? Can you check NCAA 04? I can't remember who was on 04. I think Palmer was on 03. No, Palmer was 04. I think Palmer was 04. Joey Harrington was 03. Can I just see all the covers? I'm going to need to go through. I think Joey Harrington was 3. Chris Winkie was 2. I think Chris Winkie was 02. Joey Harrington was 03. Carson Palmer was 04. Larry Fitzgerald was 05. Reggie Bush was 06. Vince Young was 07. I don't know who 08 was. Brian Johnson, maybe? All right. Okay. That's okay. So that's Zabransky. There, give me that one. 04, that's Carson Palmer. Fitzgerald. Bush was 07. Okay. Oh, Mark Ingram. All right, there you go. Figured it out. I love that goddamn game. Juan and Nola, go ahead.
Hey, Brandon. Sad day. I'm very sad about how Coach Leach, heart attack 61. That's too young, man. My old man had a heart attack at 61 about 10 years ago, man. He pulled through. Thank God he's still with us. But
yeah,
everybody, man, life is short, so take care of yourself and live life the best you can. But by the way, a lot of people forget, we give the Big 12 all kinds of shit because they play no defense and it's all about the offense. People forget that the reason they are that way is because Mike Leach came into Texas Tech and he implemented that spread offense, and people just have to keep up with him. They either have to score as much as he did, or they had to have some kind of defense to try to stop it. And good luck stopping it back then. So
you know what?
The impact that he had and the footprint he left in football is incredible.
You know what? If you think back to when the Big 12 was in its heyday back in 08, it was a quarterback paradise, and a lot of that was because of Mike Leach. Now, Mike Leach did the Sonny Cumbie stuff and the Graham Harrell stuff and the Cliff Kingsbury stuff, but it led up to 2008 when he had Graham Harrell and Michael Crabtree. Texas had Colt McCoy. Oklahoma had Sam Bradford. And in the years since, you've had high-flying quarterbacks all over the conference at Baylor and TCU and Oklahoma State, and I think a lot of that can be traced to the effect that Mike Leach had on the Big 12. That's an outstanding fucking point by you. Outstanding point. The entirety of the Big 12's offense-first philosophy and reputation can probably be traced right back to Mike Leach's brain. Butch in Kentucky, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, I just want to agree with you on the Wendy's chili being good. It is very underrated for a fast food chili, and it is actually very good.
Okay, I had that conversation on Pick Central, and Marty and Big Ev and Smitty all acted like I was trash because I like Wendy's chili. And Wendy's chili is
it's good.
It is really good. Like, should I go to a fast food place expecting to have chili? No. But if I go to Wendy's and get a 99-cent chili, that shit is really, really quality for what it is. Wendy's chili fucks. I'm sorry, it does. That's not my fault. It just does.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for putting that out there. And then also, I just wanted to disagree on your take with Subway. That's it. Just you saying that, like you make the sandwich. I know I make the sandwich, but I don't make the ingredients.
That's not what I said.
As
First of all, you're confusing me with TJ. That's what TJ said. What I said was, no, is Subway the most the best ingredients and the best food and the best sandwich? No, but I go across this country. Subway is as consistent as any restaurant we have. And if I am in Bumfuck, Iowa, or Whistle Dick, Nevada, or Bucksnort, Mississippi, I'm probably going to go to Subway and know exactly what I can get.
Fair. That's fair. I just don't think it's that good still. I know you can get what you want there. It's just I still don't think that doesn't make me change my thought and my opinion. Think it's good.
I don't know that anybody's understanding what I'm saying. And the other guy was like this. Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's better than. I didn't say it's necessarily better than Firehouse Subs, but there's. You're
just saying it's consistent.
Are you just going to tell me my take back to me and still not understand it?
No, you're just. Is that what you're just saying? It's consistent.
I can't.
I stand by what I said. That tweet got so.
Here's the thing. This is Jeff Tucker says you lost me at Subway. Hate it, and this is what people do. People go on the internet and they hate on Subway or they hate on these other things because everybody else on the internet hates on it. You don't hate Subway, Jeff Tucker. Nobody hates Subway. Nobody hates Subway. Everybody has their own sandwich at Subway. Everybody has a Subway that they're comfortable going to. Nobody hates Subway, but let them get on the internet, and all of a sudden they fucking hate Subway. Am I right? Tell me I'm right or wrong.
You're right, and I stand by what I said. If you don't like the way it tastes, pick better ingredients.
Who are the top 5 best players to play under Mike Leach? Oh, man. Crabtree, Harrell. I mean, so many great players. Like those Oklahoma teams when he was a coordinator. Brooks in Gulf Shores, Alabama. Go ahead.
Hey, B-Walk, I got to say I agree on your chili take. I mean, that's just facts. This is what it is. But I was going to call about Mike Leach, man. Everyone's got all these great memories and, all the layers to him as a man. But one thing I just want people to know, he co-wrote a really good book on Geronimo called Geronimo Leadership Strategies of an American Warrior. And that shit is really good. So if anybody wanted to check that out, man, he did a great job on it. And the SEC, as an SEC fan, man, we need more characters like that, and it's a damn shame. So
college football as a whole needs more characters like this. Every coach is scared to say something because they don't want to hurt the brand, but Mike Leach didn't care about that. Mike Leach was a genuine guy. He was like a plumber or a carpenter or a construction worker. Like, he was just a regular ass dude that happened to be a big time college football coach. These big time college football coaches will never stray far from their speaking points, and they will never put anything out without 3 guys looking at it first. Mike Leach was just a dude. I'm going to tell you a couple stories. I'm going to tell you guys a couple stories, and I'll get out of here. When I went to interview him last year in Starkville, I've interviewed other guys in that room. I've interviewed Dan Mullen in that room, and it felt like interviewing a coach, and he would give you the coach answers. Well, I talked to Mike Leach for 45 minutes, and then when we turned the cameras off, me and Aria, usually you shake their hand, thank them, and you get out of their way and let them go about their day being a big-time college football coach. Well, when I got done, Mike Leach stood up and he walked to his desk. He pulled out a drawer, and then he took out a bag of tobacco, and he threw it on the table in front of me and said, "Don't go anywhere. This ain't going to dip itself." So me and Mike Leach just sat and talked for another couple of hours just about Starkville and life and everything. and it had nothing to do with football. And second story about that is we were I was talking to him about Starkville and everything, and we were looking out his window out at the Mississippi State practice field. And beyond that is woods and trees and acreage and all that. And I said, hey, where do you live? Hey, because that's what you do. You know, you're in my town. Where do you live? And he said, over there somewhere. And he pointed out towards the trees. Over there. I was like, okay, yeah, well, where's your, what road do you live on? He said, I can get to it. I don't know exactly. I don't know what the road's called, but I can get to it. I had no idea where he lived. Or at least he was just jerking my chain. But he knew how to get to his house. He just didn't know how to tell me. It was just a funny story. Oh, and no, I did not dip the chaw. I did not. He did. I did not. I did not. I don't dip. So that wasn't something I could do. But that was the way he just casually went in there and threw the tobacco on the table. Like, all right, well, this is what we're doing now. So he was an awesome guy, an awesome fucking guy. I'm gonna go ahead and end the show right there. I want to apologize to Thompson, Chicago. He held on for a long time, and I'll get to him tomorrow. I apologize. Mike Leach, one of the great characters in the history of sports, one of the great coaches in college football, belongs in the College Football Hall of Fame. He went to several schools, Washington State, Texas Tech, Mississippi State, but it never really mattered where he was because he didn't belong to those schools. He belonged to college football. He was a genuine man, a funny man, a clever man, a brilliant man. The football that you watch on Saturdays and Sundays right now has his fingerprints all over it, and you would not enjoy the football you watch today as much if he hadn't come along. Guys that you see throw it around the yard right now, the enjoyment we get out of it can be traced back, a lot of it, to his brain. He was one of one. In a world of college football where everybody tries to be the same and everybody doesn't want to go against their brand and they don't want to hurt their school and they don't want to say things wrong, he didn't care. He was just himself. He would say the things he thought, and you had to deal with it. And we need more of that in sports, not less of it. Mike Leach, one of the all-time greats. Shout out to Mike Leach. We'll be back tomorrow.